Thanks so much, guys.
Please welcome Kia Dyson, CEO of Golden Launch Creative, a Squarespace design agency providing web development services and high-end limited edition Squarespace website templates.
Hello, everybody. I'm so thankful to be here today. And today I'll be talking about incorporating identity into web design. First, we're going to discuss who I am, what I do, how to visually represent your brand, and how to maintain that brand identity. My name is Kia Dyson, and I'm the CEO and lead designer at Golden Launch Creative. I started Golden Launch about 6 years ago with a vision to empower Black creatives just to expand themselves digitally. My goal was to create tools and processes just to help them to expand online. But before I became a web designer, I worked for many years in fashion retail and in fashion photography. And this is what helped to expand my brain when it came to branding in commerce. So let's talk about what branding is to me. If it's true that all websites are e-commerce, meaning that we're all implicitly or explicitly selling something, then branding is the conduit that gets us to the point of sale. I try to look at it as the connector, the thing that tells a person that they need to buy something or at least buy into something. But how do we get there? Well, I too am selling a product, which means that I like to start with question and answer. And I learned that in my years of retail. And branding is such a detailed process that also starts with question and answer. So I like to start with the consultation phase. This is where I get to know the client and see if we are a good fit for each other. Then moving forward, I move into something a little deeper, like the brand strategy questionnaire. And that's where I start to understand the brand's goals, its values, and what they want. And I then work to provide the thing that they want and the thing that they don't always know that they want. Once we finish with the brand questionnaire, I like to move into analysis and research. Analysis and research is where I dig deep and start to understand consumer behaviors, market trends, and the customers. And I also get to study their current marketing materials too. So from there, I can start to build a unique brand strategy that consists of brand positioning, brand messaging, visual identity, and brand guidelines. I like to look at brand messaging as the thing that helps us to price our products. So if I have a luxury brand, then that means that I can price my products a little higher because I am positioning myself as a premium quality brand. But if I want to position myself as an if I want to position myself more as a affordable brand, then I would probably talk more about affordability and value. Brand messaging is the thing that helps us to talk about who we are and what we value. And that thing really helps to push the message forward about, for instance, if I was a eco-friendly brand, let's lose that one. If I was an eco-friendly brand, then my messaging would probably consist of a lot of things like sustainability or ethical sourcing. And then my visual identity is the things that help people remember who we are. That deals a lot with your logos, your fonts, your colors, and things of that sort. And your brand guidelines help people to know how to represent your brand moving forward. So you're telling people how to use those logos, how to use your brand's voice, and things of that nature. So I get a lot of questions sometimes about why branding is so important. Well, branding is important because it helps us to attract customers, build trust, and drive sales, which is really the main goal. Think about it. The first interaction a person may have with your brand is probably your website. So a well-established website with unique branding just exudes reliability. People are more likely to purchase from a website that looks credible. And branding kind of taps into the emotional side of consumer behavior, and that fosters trust. And what does trust do? Trust tells people to buy. So let's talk about how to maintain this brand consistency moving forward. Number one, develop guidelines. I always tell people to create a style guide with your fonts, your logos, and everything, and just to help people understand how to represent your brand or communicate your brand across all platforms. Number two, use a consistent color palette. I like to use two different color palettes and use those color palettes through my website, through social media, and things of that nature. Number three, imagery style, my favorite. Imagery style, I always tell people to pick between like illustrations or photographs, and then also be able to use like the same filters just so people can remember who you are and remember your brand. And then the last one is to maintain a consistent tone of voice. And that's so that you can define whether you're going to be formal or informal, but continue to use that tone of voice across all platforms. So, when I was a photographer, what I learned what I learned was most important was light and composition. And I tried to look at things like H1 as my light. It's like the focal point. It's the thing that users usually see when they first land on your page. And that's the thing that's going to push your message and push who you are right from the start. And then, secondly, composition is all about balance, hierarchy, and emphasis. And applying both of these to all creative fields, we just aim to just create something super pleasing to the eye and beneficial to you and your customers. So that is my presentation for today. And thank you. So you guys can reach me on Instagram at Golden Launch.